Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Keynote Comics. SLan here with Brandon.
You know, the place where you can see comic books and comic book related content.
Yes, we do unboxings, we do movie reviews, we do trailer reactions, the whole shebang. And right now, what we have is a comic book, not a giveaway. Sorry, these books on the table are not for you, but I am giving them over to CGC for grading. Now, what I will say is, if you are not subscribed to this channel yet, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell so you know every time we drop a new video and when we do giveaways, the next time we do a giveaway. So, like I said, I am really, for the first time, sending a book out to CGC. As you can see, we have some graded books behind us, but these were all bought with grades already. And this is the first time we're actually sending them out. Now, Brandon's going to be sending some books out a little bit differently because he's gonna do pressing locally and on-site grading when Baltimore Comic-Con comes around. But I decided I have this credit and why not go ahead and send these books out, because I think I've been a CGC member almost this entire year, since like February. So might as well use the credit. Now I've finally figured out what I want to send, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And for this video, I'm just gonna show you guys what I'm sending out, and I am going to pretty much guess the grade of each book and see what is the difference between grades, or if I got it right for the next video when they come back. I'm getting all these books fast-tracked, so they should be back hopefully by the end of the month, if not the middle of September. And without further ado, yeah, you know, anything's possible.
We know how this goes.
Yeah, so all these books are gonna be pressed and cleaned and graded by the CGC.
I just realized I sent the Dark Knight Metal out to get
Oh yeah, that's right, and Black Panther technically.
Yeah, I
So
don't even want to think about that one.
Kinda, yeah, but yeah, the Dark Knight Meadows he actually did send out, so that was the first time really. But but that was also at AwesomeCon though.
Right, but I still sent it out. They still had to take it, and it wasn't the same day, you know.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it was the same day. Yeah, it wasn't.
So I'm doing Baltimore because
on-site. It wasn't on-site
grading.
Yeah. It was just at the convention. This is there are three different methods, I guess technically. You can send them in to CGC in Florida, or you can can them in at an event. So if you have a CGC, I believe, premium membership, if you have a membership that's paid, then you can actually send your books out to be graded. If you have the basic membership, which is free, then you can have your books submitted to be graded at conventions where they're available and at events where they're available. And you can also do on-site grading for either of those. So you can take your books in and have them grade them on-site. If you give them on a Thursday, then they'll be guaranteed to come back to you on a Sunday. So those are the different types of grading. And yeah, so Brandon's done sending them in at AwesomeCon. I'm about to do sending them through the mail, and we'll see how on-site works at Baltimore Comic-Con in October. But yeah, so
I'm expecting a 10 on my Tomb of Dracula 10.
He's wildin'. All right, so what do I have here? I have four books that I'm gonna say. 4 books that I'm gonna send. I actually have 3 books that I'm considering, grading and selling, and then 1 book that is simply for me. So we're gonna see how this works out. All right, so the first book is Marvel Spotlight number 28. This is the first Moon Knight story. Let me make sure that is in front. Yeah, this is the first Moon Knight solo story, and this is one that I really like. I'm a Moon Knight fan, so sending out this book. Oh my gosh, I swear I keep finding a new hair in each of these books.
Shout outs to Alex and Debbie at Absolute Comics and Statues. That's where we got it at AwesomeCon from them. They're located in New York. I don't know the address. I've never been to the actual shop.
All right, so I bought this book last year in April for during AwesomeCon. If this was the actual container, then the price would be on it. I kind of forgot what I paid for it, but I think determined by the price that I paid for it, I would hope for it to be in the 8.5, 9.2 range, and I think it's going to be the lower of those levels at an 8.5. But
I was saying a 9.2.
Brandon's thinking about a 9.2. So, like I said, I'm hoping for the best and prepared for the worst. I think that it's not in bad condition at all. I might just really be psyching myself out. But I remember when I bought it, I actually didn't notice any imperfection. Well, I noticed a few imperfections, but I didn't notice any glaring imperfections. And I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a really good book. And then once you take it in, like a year later almost, I noticed this line right through Moon Knight. There's a bend. It's non-color breaking, but I was just like, oh man, that's interesting. So definitely getting this book pressed and definitely interested to see what it comes back as. Oh my god.
You guys are witnessing the first keynote cough attack.
Oh my gosh. Oh, man, that's going
I didn't want to say death because, that would have been terrible. But I'm a terrible person.
All right. The next book is Wolverine #1 from the Frank Miller miniseries, limited series, 1980s. This book I actually bought as a lot, the whole series, issues 1 through 4. And I'm actually hoping that just this book alone will be able to make the money back that I spent on it if I do end up selling it. I think another issue with this one was that I do this thing. This is not great. Well, not right now because I'm broke, but there's moments when, like, if I have bread and there's books that I want on my list, so I'll kind of just hit eBay and then check the ending soonest, and then just like bid on stuff. So with this one, the bid was ending in like 2 minutes. Brandon had left the premises, so he couldn't aid me in my choices during that time period, and I ended up buying a bunch of books. This lot was one of them. The first issue looks pretty good. There's a nick at the top of this. There's actually a cut. It looks bigger than it is. You can't see this, but it looks bigger than this is, and I was actually really worried about that, but it comes to find out that it's pretty much just a color breaking bend and a really small tear in it, so there's nothing missing. It's just a really small tear, so I'm hoping this comes back at 8.5, if not at 8. So that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking at 8 for this one.
I'm thinking at 8 too.
So 8 on the Wolverine. Next up we have Amazing Spider-Man 252. This one I think is going to come back, of course, you guessed it, an 8.5. Not really a reason other than there's some stress in the corners. The pages actually look pretty clean in this one, and the back looks pretty clean as well. Just from the corners, there's a very small spine tick right in the center of this page. Now, I got this 252 in a lot of, I think, 60-something Spider-Man books. Actually, probably more than that.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
It's in one of our
it's in one of our previous unboxing videos. But yeah, it was a bunch. It was Amazing Spider-Man titles. It was Web of Spider-Man titles, and it was Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man titles, and Spider-Man 2099, and Spider-Man Unlimited 2099,
and Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man.
I already said that.
But that's different from Spectacular Spider-Man.
I said Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man. It's only Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man, but it's the same run. I think that's it. I think that's all the Spider-Mans that was in there.
Tom Spiderman.
Yeah, Tom Spiderman. I got this with a bunch of other keys too. Amazing Spider-Man 361 was in there, and then a bunch of the Carnage, Venom, Spider-Man in that series. So, and then just a few keys, Web of Spider-Man keys, Spectacular Spider-Man keys that I didn't even know were keys that I found out were keys later on because, the Spectacular Spider-Man, I think 90 or 91, something like that, with Black Cat on it was doing well, and the one with Peter in the black suit and black and white was doing well as well. So
shout outs to Santa Claus for being gangster in like every Marvel cover.
Yes, Santa Claus is a G, and he is a villain in the MCU. So I have a bunch of those covers as well, from Spider-Man and the Hulk, and didn't get that Iron Man. I should have got the Iron Man one.
Should have.
All right. And last but not least is the most current book that we have, and that's going to be Captain Marvel number 14 from the 2013 run, where this is the first appearance of Kamala Khan cameo. And this one, actually, I think I'll only buy lots because all of these except for the Marvel Spotlight 28 are from lots. This Captain Marvel was the whole run, so I think until issue 19 or something. And yeah, I bought the lot because of this book right here. It was the hot book of the lot, along with 17. And this one has a little bit of damage that I did not notice in the picture, but not too bad. I think this will end up coming back as a 9.2. I was hoping for a 9.8, but yeah, I think it'll come back as a 9.2. Definitely not an 8.5. If it comes back as an 8.5, then there's something wrong with the world, and I don't like it. I'm not long for it. I don't belong in it, and I choose not to be in it. But it might come back at 8.5, so I don't believe what I just said. Brandon, how do you feel?
I'm going to say maybe a 9.0 because I think they're going to be harder on this peanut.
Because it's lower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's got that right up there, which is a little scrape, and then that right there. But
Yeah, the grading is weird because
yeah.
they're either harsh or not harsh.
I learned that from the Dark Knight Metal ones.
Yeah, so
I thought the Dark Knight Metal issues that came in were perfect, and they graded down on. I think they said a thumb. Yeah, the ones that came back 9.4, it was like, oh, it had a fingerprint. Like that was a 9.4.
not for one many,
But
many.
and it wasn't like a fingerprint. Like there's issues where you are reading the book and your finger takes ink off. There was none of that. It was literally because it's gloss cover. It's gloss cover fingerprint. So
that's funny. And you didn't get those pressed, right?
I didn't.
Yeah.
But according to their notes, that was the only issue. So I could literally redo it and get it clean. But I don't know how that would work with it being a gloss cover. I mean, if anybody knows how gloss covers work as far because they're assigned. So I don't want to have the signatures ruined. Yeah.
All right. And the only reason I feel weird sending this one out is because I have, the Miss Marvel number 1, and that's just odd that I'm not sending that one, but I'm sending this one. So, who knows? Maybe you gotta send a slightly current one, just to get them off the game. But yeah, so those are the 4 books I'm sending. Captain Marvel 14, Amazing Spider-Man 252, Wolverine number 1, and Marvel Spotlight 28. Also getting ice right now, if you heard that drop. Yeah, so if you had a chance to look at these books very briefly in this video to like grade them for some reason, because you have the eyes of a god, let me know what you think I have to expect, because like I said, we are not professional graders. We're probably going to be wholly off. This is probably going to be a 7. This is probably going to be a 7.5. This is probably going to be a 8. This is probably going to be a 8.5. Nah, this is probably going to be a 6. So it'll come back as a 6. They're going to say, this is missing a whole 3 pages. How did you not see that? And I'm going to be like, oh, dang, my bad. So, yeah. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope these come back good. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. You can find me at keynote_SLan. You can find him at keynote_comics. Once again, be sure to like this video and subscribe if you are not already subscribed to the channel.
And always, keep us locked in. Thanks for watching.